So if you ever feel like you do not get the respect that you deserve or the respect that you want from other men or from women that you're talking to, then listen up, because this is why. You see, from time to time, people will say things throughout the course of a conversation, and how you respond in that moment, even though it might seem small and insignificant, it actually is extremely impactful. And there's 3 ways that this tends to happen. The first way is when someone says something to you that doesn't fully make sense to you. So for example, one of my coaching clients recently told me there was a girl he was on a date with, and she told him, "I can't sleep with you tonight because you seem more like your boyfriend's material." And inside of his head, he was like, "What, bitch? You like me too much to sleep with me, but you would sleep with other guys you don't like as much?" But in reality, he was just like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, all right." When someone says something to you that does not make sense, you have to push back on it at least one time. Wait, hold up. So you don't want to sleep with me because I'm boyfriend material? What does that mean? And yeah, if a girl's telling you this, she's probably not that interested, but at least now she has to actually have the fucking respect for you to tell you what she really means. The second way this happens is when someone says something that goes against your beliefs. So obviously everyone has their own beliefs on religion and God, but if I was talking to someone and they said, "God, the idea of God is so stupid, like there's some old man in the sky or something, bro." Now, I'm someone who believes in God, but I could just let it slide because I don't want to have this like awkward energy, and I could just say, "Yeah, I guess." But then this person's gonna know they can just run their mouth about anything around me, and I'm just gonna say, "Oh, I guess." You have to push back at least one time and say something like, "Really, you believe that? What makes you say that?" The third way this happens is when someone proposes something to you that's not really acceptable to you. So y'all know we're building this pool, and before they started construction, the pool builder was like, "Yeah, we're gonna probably tear up all of your irrigation system, so for the next couple of months, you're not gonna have irrigation." And I was like, hold up. I don't want all this shit to die in the summer heat, all these plants and all this grass. What can we do to avoid that happening? And he didn't want to hear that or have that conversation. And I actually had to push back 2 or 3 times and say this before we came up with a plan to avoid massive damage to the irrigation system. When you start to push back like this, both men and women will start to actually respect you, because they're going to know that I can't just talk a bunch of shit to Johnny and he's going to be a doormat and I can just walk all over him. I have to actually bring my A game and know that what I'm proposing to Johnny or what I'm saying to him, it has to make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, he's going to call me out. Like, I've learned to operate like this really the last 5 years or so. And I know that people I deal with in my different businesses think I'm a bit hard to deal with because I do this, but that's a good thing. That means people actually respect you and they know you're not going to accept some BS. And that is number 1. You have to push back. Number 2, actually, you know what? Before we get to number 2, come here. I want to let you in on a little secret. You ready for this? You know the new Edge collection? It just went live. Look, it can feel impossible to find the right pair of jeans for summertime, but look no further, because our best-selling premium denim jeans are now available in this new light blue colorway. They're loaded with stretch for next-level all-day comfort and essential for every man's summer wardrobe. Also, our short-sleeve Henleys are finally back in stock. This is just the perfect shirt for summer nights out on the town. It's got a fit that enhances your physique, and it comes in 3 versatile colorways. Also, our best-selling performance joggers are back in stock. These have insane 4-way stretch. They're made from a light breathable material, which is perfect for summertime. And these are available with or without the tech cargo pockets, which honestly I'm a huge fan of. And y'all have been asking for it. We finally brought back the enhanced mesh tee in 4 dope colorways. This is just the perfect all-around gym tee. And because you're watching this video, I'm gonna hook you up with a coupon code that will get you 10% off your entire order. Just go to edgelifestyle.com or click that first link in description to shop now. Do not hesitate, or a lot of this stuff is gonna sell out again. Number 2, vegans and Democrats. So right now, I'd say the 2 most popular diets, at least on Instagram, are the carnivore diet and the vegan diet, which is really funny because they're like direct opposites of each other. And you got a lot of people out there who are saying, "Bro, do not get close to a vegetable. That shit is toxic for you. Only eat meat." And you got other people who are saying, "Bro, do not touch meat. That is very toxic for your body. It's carcinogenic. Only stick to the vegetables." Now, personally, I'm an omnivore, and I think that humans should eat a bit of everything, a healthy balance of healthy foods, and that's going to be the most ideal path. But hey, if you feel amazing following the vegan diet and you're taking the right supplements to avoid long-term deficiencies, that's great for you. Or when it comes to dating, there's a lot of guys who are saying Western women are fucked, they're beyond hopeless, they are not wifey material, do not waste your time with even a single Western woman. Or in politics. And look, I'm not defending the Democratic Party. I think today's Democratic Party has a lot of things that are wrong with it, but there's a lot of people who make their whole identity, fuck the liberals, fuck the Democrats. Oh my God, I can't stand them. And again, I would tend to agree, but don't make the vegan diet or Western women or the Democratic Party your entire self-identity, bro. Because when you do this and you get so swept away in a movement that you actually start to feel anger and hatred towards people who simply disagree with you, first of all, you're saying that you feel really insecure on your own and you need to feel like you're part of a team to feel enough. And also you're admitting that you have no critical thinking skills of your own and you'd rather just agree with what someone else has told you. Like Andrew Tate said it, so it's gotta be true, bro. Now, of course, if you're hanging out with a group of other low-level people who agree with you, it can feel really good, being all together and hating on the other people. But it's preventing you from becoming an independent thinker and someone who's willing to take risks and do something even though maybe the people around you don't think that it's cool and they don't agree with it. It's fucking yourself in the long run. Number 3, using another man's name. So I want to tell you a story that I've told basically no one before. And this takes place back in 2012, the summer after I graduated university. I was going to the gym seriously for the first time. And I was going to this gym in Norwell, Massachusetts, which is like 20 minutes south of Boston. And there was this guy there who would work out at the same time as me. And all of you, I think, know who he is. His name is Steve Carell, most famously known for his role in The Office. He'd be there with his hat down low so people wouldn't recognize him and talk to him. And I swear, he always had like those 12-pound dumbbells, the little ones that females use, and he'd be doing sets of like 100 curls at a time really fast like this. But like I said, I very rarely tell this story, and here's why. So I have a good friend who lives in New York City. He's an accountant, and one time I was out with him and like 6 of his buddies, all high earning accountants at these big firms, and a lot of them, they had this tendency to keep telling me the same basic story where they'd be like, so John Johnson, yeah, he's the partner over at Ernst & Young, the top of the company. Yeah, last week I was down at his house in the Hamptons hanging out at his mansion. And they were like expecting me to have some big reaction, like, oh my God, bro, John Johnson? That's so impressive. I can't believe you know him. You're the shit. And that is why you should never name drop and use another man's name to make yourself seem more important to the person you're talking to. On one hand, it's only going to be impressive to people who have nothing going on in their life. But on the other hand, this is more importantly, when you're doing this, you're looking for this reaction, you're trying to get this dopamine hit and feel powerful and important in that moment, when instead what you should do is not search for these quick dopamine hits in conversation, because that is going to make you naturally hungrier to actually put your head down, get shit done, and build yourself up. It's also just kind of sad if you think about it. Like, you're using another man's name and his accomplishments to build yourself up. Like, bro, just build up your own damn name. Number 4, a simple decision. So let's say right now you got a text from a girl that you're talking to. If you're not talking to any girls, then from a guy that you're talking to. And the text said, where do you want to go for dinner tonight? Let's grab some food. Where are you taking them for dinner? And if pretty quickly you can decide on a place in your mind, I'd take them to ATX Cocina tonight. That's a cool spot. Well, that's actually something you should be very, very proud of, because most people struggle to even commit to a pretty simple decision. And this used to be me times 1,000, bro. I'd be sitting there thinking, well, I ate, fish last night, so I can't get fish. I'd like to get burgers, but maybe that's gonna be a little bit heavy. Maybe I shouldn't have burgers tonight. Maybe I could take her to the Thai spot, but what if she didn't like Thai food? Then the Thai spot might not work. And if you're relating to this and you also struggle to commit to these decisions, it might not seem like that big of a deal. Like, David, don't get so worked up about it. It's just where I'm going for dinner tonight. But how we do anything is how we do everything. And I can also say that at that point in my life, bigger life decisions like, should I quit my job? Should I break up with this girl? Should I approach her and ask her out? Those decisions were completely fucking crippling, and there was no chance that I'd be able to commit to a bigger risk like that, a bigger decision like that. And what you'll probably find is that you usually tell yourself a story like, I just need a couple more days to think about it, and then maybe I'll break up with her. I just need a couple more days to think about it, and then maybe I'll start my YouTube channel. I just gotta think about it a little more first. It is literally better to make the wrong decision and actually fucking commit to it than to not make a decision and stay on the sidelines. And I'll tell you, the biggest game changer for getting over this weak behavior once and for all, it's a silly thing, but I promise this changed my life. Every time I go out to dinner, I order the first thing on the menu that seems like it could be okay. If I'm opening up the menu, I see the baby back ribs. I'm like, yep, I'll get the baby back ribs. Even if I studied the menu for another 25 minutes and decided on the crispy salmon after that, it's not that big of an important deal if you eat ribs or salmon tonight. What's a lot more important is how you train yourself to operate when decisions are on the table. Seriously, I challenge you, bro. Every time you're at a restaurant and you open up the menu, within 30 seconds, pick something and stick to that. And if you're ordering DoorDash tonight, pick a restaurant within 30 minutes and fucking stick to that. It will revolutionize your life. I'm not even joking. Now, if you're serious about taking your life to the next level this year, then you need to watch this video next. This is about the 15 laws of self-improvement. This is literally everything I've learned over my last 15 years on self-improvement condensed into one 20-minute video. Click there to watch that now. It will change your life. If you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe, as I release 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.